Depression is characterized by a variety of symptoms, and many times symptoms can overlap and ultimately cause additional symptoms. This disorder fluctuates over time and can leave those affected feeling unable to bear another day, and a week later feeling completely fine. This particular study explores the dynamic relationship between sadness and self-esteem using an internet software on participants' smartphones. This study is making a causal claim as it also uses an experimental design. The independent variable, or the variable being manipulated, is the technology used on the smartphone application and in the times in which the survey is distributed. The dependent variable, or the variable being measured, is the participant's mood and any changes in their professionally diagnosed mental disorder. The key result of the study, discovered through qualitative analysis, revealed that participants using the LSR program showed more improvement and engagement in their respective treatment programs as they were more self-aware. Feedback from the participants suggested that the use of the LSR software helped improve mental health, especially for those with depressive symptoms. The application also allowed participants to easily stay in contact with their professional care provider, making it easier to ask questions, receive support, and set up appointments. With this, since the LSR application had participants logging moods and symptoms throughout their days, sessions with care providers were more focused and interpersonal. Using technology also reduced the youth's negative perception on psychological treatment, as they recognized technology as positive in nature. The main variables of this study were measured well. The participants were asked to complete a total of 105 surveys over a 3-week period. This equates to 5 randomly timed surveys per day based on the participants' typical waking hours. 2 surveys could not be taken within the same hour to ensure participants would have enough time to complete the survey and that the data would not be skewed by the same response data due to being too close together. Each survey asked 3 questions. How sad do you feel right now? How do you feel about yourself right now? These questions were the high interest questions of the experimenters. Single item assessments such as these previously have demonstrated strong reliability and validity in previous experiments. The third question, how aroused or activated are you right now, was used as a control to compare different momentary levels of arousal. This is important because low arousal is a crucial symptom of depression. To ensure that participants were given the same opportunity to answer to the best ability without jeopardizing results based on education and language barriers, the study utilized a visual analog slider with anchor points to answer. For example, to answer the question, how sad do you feel right now, participants could answer the question by sliding a button across the bar on anchor points that went from not sad at all to very sad. This study has construct validity. Participants were asked the same question using the same software and given the same opportunities and number of times to answer the survey. The method of measurement stayed the same throughout the weeks and was compared to the baseline assessment before and after the experiment. Each individual's data was collected, measured, and analyzed using the same software and algorithms. Materials used in this experiment included items such as the Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale, Center for Epidemiologic Study Depression Scale, and the Ruminative Response Scale. All have previously been identified as having well-established reliability and validity in general adult samples. This experiment tested 3 different groups, each of which having statistically significant findings. When examining whether rumination predicted group membership in mood-reactive self-esteem group, they found that adding a level of predicted depression, it became significant. But as soon as rumination was added, depression was no longer significant because it was replaced by the overruling rumination prediction factor. According to this analysis, rumination is a significant predictor of mood-reactive self-esteem, having a p-value of 0.91. When determining whether mood-reactive self-esteem was associated with persistent sadness, they found that participants with mood-reactive self-esteem showed considerably more persistent levels of sadness from moment to moment, and said that self-esteem reactive sadness was not associated with temporal stability in sadness. The findings for this group resulted in a p-value of 0.94. The final group was testing mood reactive self-esteem and a change in symptoms of depression. Experimenters found that their original hypothesis resulted in the direct opposite of what they thought, and it had a p-value of 0.96. But they found that self-esteem reactive sadness was not a significant predictor of change in depressive symptoms. This study certainly could have gone could have undergone challenges with internal validity. One major question I must ask myself is, did monetary compensation and people observing their behavior make the participants more interested in their therapy and well-being? This study explains that participants had more focused therapy sessions because of the application's features and created more self-awareness of the individuals. But could journaling emotions throughout the day provide the same effect? The study also expresses that over time, participants found the application less effective, leading to the internal validity threat of maturation. This could be because participants are receiving more personalized and effective treatments and are feeling better, or because the surveys collect the same data using the same questions 5 times a day. This data collection process could cause fatigue for those who are not as interested and could especially impact those with stronger depressive symptoms. I would also like to challenge the study's external validity. The study recruited people online through advertisements such as Craigslist rather than invites. But all participants came from the local area and were required to possess a smartphone. Would these aforementioned results be applicable to people that do not already own a smartphone or who are not as familiar with technology? Frustration and confusion could very well skew the results if participants were running into problems using this device and its features. There were 2 major limitations in the study. The research came from a very restricted recruitment base, people in Texas and people who already owned a smartphone. Second, the main focus in the study was self-esteem, and in relation to depression. Depression is a very complex mental disorder with over 50 related symptoms that can be used for diagnosis. So in all, the study does provide useful information, and it helps direct future experiments in a better direction. It's a starting point for more accessible mental health care for all, making the process less intimidating, less expensive, and more productive. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.